Your cruise ship is arriving into the gorgeous French city of Marseille in the south of France, and you can't wait to take a look around. But how do you get from the cruise terminal? Is the city walkable? And what is there to see and do? If you want answers to these questions, sit tight, we've got you covered. If you don't know us, I'm Rachel, he's Wills, and we are Postcard and a Pint. Now, bonjour, bienvenue à Marseille and all that, and let's get cracking. The port at Marseille is massive. It has a couple of cruise docks, but you are most likely to dock at the Marseille Provence Cruise Centre. So how do you get into town? Well, you could take a taxi, or a free option is to follow the green line to the port entrance and take the free shuttle bus. What are you two doing?
We're following the green line to the free shuttle bus.
It's a kilometre to the free shuttle bus, and in case you're thinking of walking to Marseille, don't. It's 6 miles away. We waited about 20 minutes for the bus, and at this point, everything was lovely. The bus came, and everyone got on the bus. And I mean everyone. It wasn't the most pleasant journey, but the bus drops you at the old port, then you follow the green line again to get out of this port. It's only a couple of minutes walk though. Right outside the port were free city maps, so you could plan your day. More thoughts about that bus though, Rach?
Now, I don't know if we were just unlucky, but that free shuttle was hideous. There was probably 4 times too many people in it. When it came, there was no kind of get on in line. Everyone just pushed, thought maybe we were unlucky. We got here, as we were trying to get off, or other people were trying to get on, people were throwing their children underneath the crowd to try and get them on the bus. It wasn't very pleasant so far, so we're thinking a taxi back, but we're going to go and try and find the cathedral. Come with us.
So, come out of the port entrance and turn right. You'll pass some cafes and restaurants should you need to recover from the shuttle bus. Then, when you see these stairs, make your way up and you'll find yourself outside Marseille Cathedral. This stunning cathedral is a rare example of Byzantine Roman Revival architecture in France. It was built between 1852 and 1896, and it's free to visit inside. It's incredibly grand inside. Do look up in the central dome, as it's 70 metres high. It's impressive stuff. But if you do have a spare euro, then do as we always do and light a candle for someone special. Today's candles were for my parents and Will's mum. Enjoy Marseille, guys. As well as the incredible religious art and beautiful decor, there are also a number of side chapels, each with their own altars. On our visit, there was a display all about the Shroud of Turin in this one. Well, I think that's what it was about. It was all in French. You could easily spend an hour here, but Will's found a nativity scene, got overexcited, and it was time to leave. This was a great introduction to the city of Marseille. Leaving the cathedral behind, and directly opposite the front of this magnificent building, you'll find these steps to take you down to the Promenade Robert Laffont. Here you'll find the Cosquer Museum and the Museum of European and Mediterranean Civilizations. So, if museums are your thing, this is the area for you. It's also quite a pretty area, just to take a walk. But there were to be no museums for us today. We'd seen pictures of the Old Port and wanted to visit there. From the museums to the very top of the Old Port is about a 20-minute walk. Along the way, you'll pass the Memorial of Deportations, a poignant museum dedicated to the victims of Nazi deportation during World War II. This 18th century building was the headquarters for the Health Authority, overseeing quarantine procedures for the incoming ships. It's a lovely walk, and it's not long until you're walking alongside the boats in the port. On the opposite hill is the Notre Dame de la Garde. It's a Catholic basilica and an iconic landmark of Marseille. You can get a city tour up to see it, but all this walking is hot and thirsty work. Be a stop. There are plenty of bars lining the streets of the Old Port, and it was wonderful to just stop and watch the world go by. Moving on, and it was a pleasant walk along the front. Marseille is a mix of architecture. Some of it is modern and not too pretty, but most of it in this area is absolutely beautiful. And it looked like there was to be a concert on that night, but we'd be back on our ship sailing away. That's the beauty of a cruise holiday. You can dip into a variety of places and sample a little of each, we already know that we'd love to come back to Marseille for a city break. We were now approaching the end of the old port. As well as cafes, you'll also find gift shops selling popular goods from Provence. One of the most popular things in this area is lavender. Lavender soap, lavender pouches, even lavender-coloured Christmas decorations. About 4 kilometres off the coast of Marseille are the Friaul Islands. These are a popular day trip from Marseille, and you can catch the ferry from this harbour. Today we just wanted to walk and take it all in. Don't forget, there's also a metro system in Marseille, and by the entrance to the station at the old port is this cool mirrored ceiling. Hiya! We didn't take the metro on this trip, as there's so much more to see when you walk. If you head a few streets in, you'll find more beautiful buildings and reminders of Marseille's history in World War II. This square was beautiful, and we have to say, standing near this fountain to cool off was a great idea. If you want to find this lovely square, it's called Place General de Gaulle and is just a couple of streets behind the end of the old port. There was also a small street market nearby. This was selling local produce and local handicrafts. We had a good look around, and this time we did make a purchase. Some lavender bags to help us sleep. We don't know if this market is here every day, but it's well worth a look around. The Palais de la Bourse is really iconic, as it's France's oldest chamber of commerce. But we were coming to the end of our time in Marseille. It had been a late morning sailing, so we'd only had an afternoon to explore. It seems a really vibrant and interesting city, with plenty to see. There was just time for a quick visit to San Ferriol le Augustin Church. This is a Roman Catholic church and has deep ties to the city's merchant and religious history. But it was time to go back to the ship. Did you take the free shuttle? No, we bloody didn't. It was taxi all the way, and €25 well spent. We did wish we'd had more time in Marseille, as it's a port with a lot to offer. But it's always great to return to your ship. Feel the air conditioning cool you down, grab a shower, and then head up onto deck to watch sail away with a nice cold one. Cheers! So that's Marseille. Take the free shuttle bus if you don't mind a crowd, immerse yourself in churches and an old fishing port, and grab yourself some lavender. Next time we're here, we want to visit the Notre Dame Basilica, take a boat trip to the Friaul Islands, and really explore the La Panya district, the oldest part of Marseille. It looks like a city break is on the cards. We've been Postcard and a Pint, and we hope you enjoy your port day in Marseille. Cheers!
Why do the French eat snails?
I don't know.
Because they don't like fast food.
Oh.